My beautiful Pisces, what is going on? I trust that you are enjoying your season, enjoying your birthday, and all the blessings that will soon, if not already, be raining upon you. Especially with that Pisces new moon approaching, conjunct Jupiter. Mwah. But first, especially with the first few cards that I pulled and what was coming through, it's like you're still shedding and releasing and letting go of things that are either not yours or not aligned, especially with regards to our mindset and our thoughts. What was coming through when I was channeling, the very first thing was a skunk, which I found interesting. And I think it's really just protecting yourself, protecting your dreams, your thoughts, your ideas, your relationships. Whatever you're cultivating right now, you're on the precipice of something huge, even just astrologically speaking. Jupiter currently in Pisces. We have Neptune there, the sun. Mercury will enter Pisces on the 10th of March. So for all of you who are working on something, a goal or a dream, or calling in more abundance, more prosperity, greater love, it's all happening. And if you've already been receiving that throughout 2022 with this Jupiter transit, know that it just gets to keep being better. What was also interesting too is ask for what you want, Pisces. Like literally speak it into existence. As I was channeling, my tongue was just throbbing. And so if you're wanting more boundaries with certain people, or if you've been feeling like you need to get something off of your chest, don't hold that within you and keep that bottled up. Now is the time to have that conversation or release this energy from your vessel to welcome in more. I saw a tweet the other day. It was like, I'm so surprised that as soon as I started asking for everything that I wanted, I received everything and anything that I desired. And it can be that easy. So being very aware of how we're speaking, using our throat chakra accordingly. There's also an energy when I was channeling of a tennis court and wanting someone that was on your level to go back and forth and back and forth. And so really just knowing who you're playing with in all regards, whether that's lovers or clients or friends, who's in your arena, who are you going up against? Is it equal? Is it matched? Do you need someone a bit higher than you right now to consistently challenge you? Like what's going on there? Or maybe you want someone to enter the court to begin with. And so those were some things coming through. I found it interesting, just like a tennis ball, tennis court. And the numbers 7 and 8 also were coming up. So even just in terms of March 7th, March 8th, that something could be coming down the pipeline, or an intuitive download, or even just 7 or 8 weeks or 7 or 8 months. That again, it'll mean different things for different people, but whatever you're working on and cultivating, it's coming through. And the sun, if you've been wanting to like get away or go somewhere or just be outside and connect with that solar energy, remember, until we get to Aries season, unless the moon is in a fire sign, we don't have any fire energy in the cosmos. So if you're needing that inspiration, maybe lighting an incense or a candle, or going and being by a window, or just being outside to receive that light, that heat, would be very wise, okay? I'm using the Steel Wizard Tarot deck. So it's nice because there's some different symbolization here. There's extra major arcana. So the first 3 cards that I pulled, we have the 7 of Swords with the 6 of Swords reversed and the Hierophant reversed. So let's dive into this. 7 of Swords, this is interesting too, because it's like, what thoughts are ours, or what are we taking on? It's like, are you taking other people's swords, thoughts, energy? Traditionally with the 7 of Swords, it's all about self-sabotage, or minding that other people around us might not be the most authentic or trustworthy. And this is kind of like, for me, that skunk visualization of like, who is in our corner, or who are we trusting, or who are we letting in? Do they have our best interest at heart? I think for some of you as well, just have discernment on what you're creating. You don't want to be taking other people's energy or their projections of fear as you're creating something really beautiful right now. And also too, if this might be for some of you as well, just to not be stealing other people's ideas or thoughts, whether that's taking them on subconsciously and having doubt, or literally being like, oh, that's a really good idea. Should I be doing that? Like, that person's so successful. Like, maybe I need to adopt that in order to grow. Let that be. Some of you as well may feel like intuitively you need to sidestep a little bit or use some strategic measures on how to advance moving forward, which is also another 7 of Swords energy. So just kind of channel in to see, especially for some of you might feel kind of stuck or frustrated or like you're wanting to advance. Maybe it's not happening at this moment. Like I said, I think there's going to be a lot of unlocked energy codes, intuitive hits with that Pisces new moon on the 2nd of March. If you want, we have a workshop that breaks everything down, including a beautiful visualization meditation at the end. You can find that workshop on our website. But I do want you all to kind of realize, especially with this Hierophant here, what structures, what rules are keeping you stuck. And this can also be going back to the 7 of Swords of like, I think that I need to do things a certain way. I think that I need to keep this relationship alive. I think differentiating what's a thought versus what's a feeling, which I feel like has been coming up a lot. It's like, I feel lonely versus I think that I'm lonely, or I feel frustrated versus this is a very frustrating time right now, but I know I'm moving through it. Kind of discerning when those emotions are coming up, if it's actually a feeling, an emotion, or if it's, that just keeps coming through for me right now, Pisces, is just be very, very careful of the news, the social media, the conversations that you're having, so that you're not taking on something or even grabbing a sword that's not going to serve you. It's like there's this beautiful wand or magic or a staff down the line. You're like, oh, I feel like I need to grab this right now because someone said that it's going to be beneficial. You're Pisces, one of the most intuitive, brilliant, creative, loving signs in the entire zodiac. Also, Pisces are really good kissers. Sidebar, Venus exalted in Pisces. But you don't need to worry about what other people are doing and take that on for yourself. And I do think that, I believe that some of you would benefit from just creating better systems, more security, having certain structural foundation in your life, whether it's with your habits or your business or your finances or how you view yourself, in order to move forward. I think some of you might also be wanting to go on a trip or moving, but it's not the time yet. Or the people, especially those people of power that you're around right now, may not be the best, or that you are growing so quickly that you're wanting to call in greater people, more powerful people, more aligned people. So really think of your network right now, Pisces, not just who's in there right now, but who you're wanting to call out, who you're wanting to collaborate with, what kind of clients, what kind of lovers you're wanting to call in, because we're not just calling them in right now. We're looking for the long game. And I think that's also something too, that maybe some of you are like wanting to escape. You're like, I just wish I could go on a trip, or I wish that someone would save me. Kind of like that Prince Charming archetype. It's like, no, you're here for the long game. Or maybe right now you're being kind of encouraged to really look at all areas of your life to get to that next level a lot easier. So it's kind of short-term satisfaction versus long-term benefits. And then a card that fell out as well right before I started this video, the King of Swords, which is brilliant as well, kind of like going off of that 7 of Swords. You're coming into new mindsets, new opportunities, new business or career advancement. And this is kind of in line with the Hierophant reverse. It's like, are the people that you've been looking up to or learning from actually going to serve you moving forward? It's like right now, maybe the boat is teetering off course, or where you think that you're going. It's like there might be better people, greater leaders, more brilliant minds to learn from. And some of you as well, this could be like if you're working with international mentors or coaches, this kind of like 6 of Swords Hierophant, that could also be maybe a little hit that, oh, I learned a lot from these individuals. Now it's time for me to expand, and I want to learn from other powerful and more like business oriented or career advancement. I think that that's really coming through as well with a sword archetype. And this, again, could be a financial investment, but it could also be an investment of time, an investment of energy. What information from which sources are you taking on a daily basis? I know for me, I have certain podcasts that I love listening to every week, that I get information, that I can receive some laughter. There are certain books, certain blogs that I like to go to. And again, if they're not aligned, then I'll switch that up. But I like going to experts, masters in their field, people who've been doing this for decades. And so that might be something that would benefit you, Pisces, is really looking to people that are the best in their field and knowing that if you're attracting that energy, even just from an interest standpoint, that's where you're going. It's like almost the message here is like, don't look at what other people are doing. Don't copy them or think that their thoughts or ideas are better than yours. There's a reason why you're currently at this level. It's because you're ready to expand and to welcome in a greater network of people, more brilliant ideas. What you're currently cultivating, it's like there's about to be this huge expansion, and to distract yourself with maybe a trip or something else, like, no. Of course, take the vacation, take the trip, but don't use it as an answer to distract yourself for what's coming up. And I'll say it one more time, that Pisces new moon, 2nd of March, all the astrologers are saying it's one of the most auspicious new moons of the entire year, just due to the fact that the moon and the sun are conjunct Jupiter, co-present Neptune. Mars is conjunct Pluto in Capricorn, so it's just like a lot of action. So I really want you to see what channeled messages are coming through at that time, and to not play small, and to seek out the knowledge or the mentors or the energies that are in alignment with that, okay? 2 more cards for Pisces, please. 2 more cards. One more. Okay. I kept seeing the color green as well. So that heart chakra, health, nutrition, money, manifestation, love, all the good things. If that's something that you've been wanting more of, potentially just wearing the color green, being outside, kind of in correlation with the sun that I saw when I was channeling. So just being outside, grounding, if you can, taking off your shoes, your socks, allowing your feet to touch the grass, whatever that means for you, there's this energy too of heart expansion, which is beautiful. Okay, this is interesting as well. So the 8 of Cups came up reversed with the Queen of Swords and the Page of Cups. So it's like, what are we waiting for, Pisces? If there's something that you feel like you need to walk away from, or a relationship, this is kind of like, it's just a little bit delayed. And some of you might be worried about the emotional well-being of that person. Maybe you're afraid of leaving your boss because you don't want to leave them high and dry, or your partner, or a friendship, or a collaboration, or whatever it is. But you know what your boundaries are, or maybe you haven't been sticking to your boundaries with that Queen of Swords. And by doing so, there's going to be new opportunity, more creative endeavor, more creative fulfillment. And this also too is like getting in touch with what you've always wanted to do when you were very, very young, or what brought you joy when you were younger. Because right now it's like that joy might be stifled, or you're just doing things out of emotional obligation. And that could also be the people in your life as well, right? It's like that King of Swords is calling you higher, but right now you might have a fear of, well, if I leave this relationship, then how is that going to transpire? Knowing that you're able to implement new boundaries to bring you greater joy and greater opportunity moving forward. And some of you, this obviously isn't going to apply to everyone, but it's like some of you might be in relationships where your partner doesn't want to have children, and you're like, this is a boundary and this is something I am going to fight for, is that I know I want a child. So really evaluating for those of you in intimate relationships, if you're like, I want children, if you don't, this is something that we need to talk about, which I know is going to be very specific to only a few of you watching. That child, though, could also be your dream, right? What are you creating? What are you wanting to birth? And so if there are people in your life, family, friends, whomever, that are denigrating that dream, A, why are we sharing that dream necessarily? We don't need others' approval when we know it's for us. But secondly, maybe not telling those people what you're doing, because you do not want to jeopardize that dream, putting your child at risk. So lots to look forward to, Pisces, stepping more into your power. And that's, again, to, no matter where you are in your journey right now, really addressing your thoughts and what you're taking on energetically from the news, from other people, from conversations, from news sources, so that you can really hone in on what it is you're wanting to achieve, and then being able to attract the right people, the right knowledge, the right opportunities for this imminent expansion, okay? Beautiful. So that is my general reading for you all for this Pisces season. Currently, our books are full. I'll be opening them back up in April. But if you'd like to be on our waiting list in the event that a reading opens up, you can go to our website under the Contact Us page and send us a message. Also, the Pisces new moon, if you'd like a resource, our Pisces new moon workshop is available there. And please feel free to share this with another Pisces who may also benefit from the message. Thank you all for watching. Have a beautiful birthday and Pisces season, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.